Hey guys, how are you doing? So, Casper here with a flash update. As you know, looking at the 2 hourly time frame on gold, silver, platinum, palladium. The dollar, because it's right now, as we expected it a few weeks ago, is having a little bit of a counter trend rally to the upside. So let's see how high that will go. Hopefully not too high, of course. And platinum and palladium, yeah. Yesterday was a wild day because we had FOMC. No, it wasn't FOMC, but it was definitely some sort of central bank statement from the US. So gold here, as you know, we broke down there last week. No, excuse me, on Monday, and then we have been making this bear flag. And that is never good, right? You don't want to have a breakdown and then do a bear flag after that. Almost always do you go down, which we did here. You would much rather have a snapback and then you have a higher chance of actually getting back in and being a false breakdown. So in this case here, that wasn't the case. We broke the bear flag leading into yesterday. And then we had a big down day for gold, which was roughly 2% in gold. That is quite a lot. We're seeing some counter, a little bit of a pullback here today, but nothing where I'm like, hey, this is where we are going to go higher. I would love to see, actually, in the short term here, gold close. I can see they have the wrong template, but that is okay. I'm just going to pause one sec, guys. Good, back again. So I would love to see actually that trend line break, right? And start to trade north of, at least for now, that high there at 3,320, give or take. Then we might already, have broken the downtrend. Depending on how you set it up here, you could argue that we are getting, again, that downtrend from Wednesday last week is breaking to the upside already. But again, we would have liked that one to hold, which it did, but now we really want that one to hold because then this entire setup here is still valid. But we did make a bit of a low leg here on the 5th. But that is, again, okay. But don't get me wrong, I'm not going to sugarcoat. We wanted that to hold. That would have been perfect, a perfect setup. So, yeah, the next few hours here, days, we would like it to get above there for gold. But until then, downtrend, right? On the 2 hourly moving average is also right around there. So we would love to make that and then go higher. That would be perfect for gold. Silver got smoked yesterday, right? Look at that. We have to zoom a bit out, a bit more longer term, because silver lost, well, excuse me, silver has now lost both of these uptrends here, right? Where we had, and you can actually see how the reaction were. Whereas this here, we came down sideways, rolling over, back testing the blue, rolling over, and now we're trying to, I don't know why I have that, to be honest. But I do believe here, again, belief doesn't matter mean anything, but I think this seems to be a little overdone. And I could see all the way up to here, to be honest. I haven't really been looking at the downtrend here as of late. Maybe we can do that together if there's something. I think this one here seems okay. No, I have to look at that for, silver is a lot more difficult to draw compared to gold. Gold is very precise often. The dollar, yes, the American greenback. Good. Remember, we turned, I wouldn't say bullish, but we definitely got some bullish vibes, breaking the long downtrends, back testing it, and we have now hit and broken out from a head and shoulder, breaking out back test, rally, consolidation, most likely higher, right, for gold, excuse me, for the dollar index as of now. The measured move, which we talked about yesterday, we will leave it on here now, is right around there. So we are now at almost 100. We could see 101.5 with potential overperformance. And then all of a sudden it could actually spill over to a lot more dollar strength, right? We could actually see a big surge for the dollar, with that call down there being the precursor. And now we're seeing some technicals that is supporting that. So yeah, the dollar right now, as of now, is in a 2 hourly uptrend, even the daily uptrend, I will say, because you can see the daily moving average is coming up here. We're making a higher high and a higher low. That's the definition of an uptrend. So the dollar right now is in an uptrend, which will be headwind for commodities and most of the stuff, right? That is actually a headwind, typically. Good. Palladium here, still overall consolidation here after a huge run up. And now we're, sitting at the neckline, which is right here. It is right there, roughly. Still overall sideways consolidation. And you can see we hit the lower end of the green. So, and that is also one thing that I look for often. You can see the green uptrend here. I know I have a lot of things going on right now, which I'm terribly sorry about. Breaking to the upside, and then you again false breakout. You visit the other side of whatever fractal you get from that. From whatever fractal you're breaking to the upside. If that's a false breakout, you typically go to the other end. So as long as the green holds, palladium is still looking solid. Anything below, yeah, and then we start to look for potentially 1,100 again, potentially. I want to add this triangle high because that is support. You can see that there, triangle high, support for now. So yeah, so if you get a real strong dollar, I don't think we're going to hold here for palladium. I think we're going to go lower if the dollar really wants to break out, from that double head and shoulder pattern. Platinum, good old Platty. Remember, this is where we turned insanely bullish long term. But now short term, we are bearish. But how can that be? Again, you can be very bullish on one time frame, the longer one, and bearish on the short. And you can be very bearish on the long term and bullish on the short. And this is my view here. That one there, the uptrend was lost. And basically, we have gone down ever since, right? And then we puked yesterday. I think 10%. Again, 10% in platinum. Yeah, 10, 11% here. Yeah, just absolutely crushing everything. I think this is like a huge spill, and I think I would be surprised if we go much lower than that, which again we have to wait and see. But I think all liquidity has been taken out, all leverage longs in the prior, few months. I think they are no more there. So I think this is a huge liquidity grab, and but again we have to wait and see clearly. But still bearish. But we have a potential liquidity grab there on platinum. Last one I will do is rhodium on the daily because it's so thinly traded. Mega bullish for now on rhodium. We finally broke 600, which has been trying to do for 3 months. We are breaking the wedge. Rhodium looks gorgeous on the daily time frame. Long-term time frame looks absolutely fantastic here. And also the highest daily volume in 5 years. 5 years, the highest daily volume, and we're breaking out. Rhodium looks immensely good, and it is catching up to platinum and palladium, right? But this is just once we break here, which we have done, my target next is roughly 1,000. Plus minus, we will most likely overshoot a bit, but my next target will be 1,000 for multiple reasons on that. So that is all I have. Let's see what the day brings for the metals. Quite an interesting day after a very big down day yesterday. Very, very big down day. Have a good day, guys. Cheers. Bye.